Hi, I'm Chris. This is Miller Plays, and I said I wasn't going to do another rebuild, but I've got to do one more. I've got to do one from my heritage. My nan, absolute Cockney, born within the sound of Bow Bells, but a cold-blooded Italian. So we're going to Italy. We're going to win the league, but we're not going to be Inter. We're not going to be AC, and we're not going to be Juve. Who are we going to take this challenge on with? Yes, we're going to Rome. We're going to Lazio. So could have done Napoli, who were predicted to finish third, but no, we're going Lazio. And back to Paul Gascoigne's old stomping ground from the 90s. So let's give it a try. And of course, that aim, win the league. And we'll see if we can win a European Cup as well. Why not, eh? We'll throw it in. Right, we are in Italy, so one of the key parameters here are the non-EU players. So if you sign a non-EU player, they can only be registered under certain circumstances. So in this case, it's only the first two non-EU players we sign from abroad who fulfill the following criteria. The player has played at least 5 matches for his national team. That includes under 21 fixtures if he's under 21. And the player has been called up to the national team at least twice during the last season. So if they haven't been called up, haven't played, then they can't be registered. So one thing to note, we need to make sure we sign the right kind of non-EU player. Right, British players can benefit from a special exemption. The British players who join the season will not be counted as non-EU player. However, every such signing thereafter will be considered non-EU. The first British player who joins for the season will not be counted. So we can sign one British player, and then after that they become non-EUs. And then any further signers will not be allowed to take part in official matches until the following campaign at the earliest. So we then have to clear the non-EU slots the following season before any of these can be then registered. And we already have filled one non-EU slot for this season. So we can only occupy one other slot until next season. So we can find a non-EU player and a British player that can come in, but after that, we can't sign non-EU players. As clear as mud. Fantastic. Right. That's that. Let's quickly run through bits and pieces then. General, the media prediction is 6th. Our star player is Ivan Provedel. He is an Italian goalkeeper. He is 6'4". He doesn't look too bad. He's a star player in his prime years. He's 29. He probably won't see out this save. So 5 years, we may need to look to replace him. Our skipper is a 33-year-old striker, apparently, who's contracted to Bologna. That's nice. And our vice captain is Lewis. What? Our captain and vice captain aren't at the club, basically, is what they're saying. Rightio, let's have a look at the transfer history of Lazio before we begin. Luis Alberto, look, he did leave there, and whoever the other geezer was, he's probably in that list somewhere. There's an awful lot of players, Lewis, left, either on loan or for little money. Right, we have signed Luca Pellegrini. He's a 24-year-old left back for 19.25 million. We've signed Nicola Ravella, who, to be honest, doesn't look too bad. He's a defensive midfielder. He's 21, and he came in for 15.5 million. Yeah. An old Frenchman. Guendouzi. Matteo Guendouzi, I suppose, isn't too bad. Can he play defensive? He can. Right, so we're playing 4-2-3-1. I've looked at the squad. Let's jump in the squad screen. So Providel is our best player, and then Guendouzi and Pacino are our next two best players, and one's a box-to-box, so the other one's a ball winner. But is he Italian? He is. Look at that. So they're our next best two players. Then we've got a left winger, a centre back, a right winger, a left back, and then we're starting to go down. So Ravella is going to come in. We'll probably have to force Ravella into the team, and fingers crossed he develops. Right, that's our starting position there. If we have a look at the bookies have us down in 6th as well, 18th. Unfortunately, we don't have anyone in the Dream 11. Our best player is Providel. He's not as good as Mike Mannion. And then Mattia Zagnini, our left winger, is our next best player. Right, okay, so we have a fair amount of work to do. The board want us to finish in the Europa League places. I want us to finish in the Champions League places. Our finances are, we've got 33 million. We've got a budget of 12 million, a wage budget of 1.2, of which we're spending exactly that. So to bring anyone in, we're going to have to get people out the door. And looking at this transfer history, we have brought in a lot of players who probably aren't that good. So I'm guessing Tati Castellanos is a EU player, although he's not appeared. Can we see registration? We can. A minimum of 4 players trying by yeah. This is Serie. A non-EU player. Okay, so Adam Marusic, a right back. How long's he been here? For quite a while. Is one. This Serbian, he's had a number of under 21s, probably when he joined. He's not very good. Dimitri, is that the same guy? Yes, that's the same guy. Phew, we haven't bought 2 bad players. We got an Albanian. Does it actually tell us how many of these slots we had? There are 3 available. One, two, three, 4, 5. We've got 5 non-EU players. I'll be honest, I'm not that impressed with them. So, yeah. I'm now going to see if I can clear that lot out. So we've got a non-EU allowance for the following year, and we'll see what we can come up with. Right, we'll see you soon. We are a week away from the transfer deadline, but more importantly, it is the start of the Italian season. Our overall balance is just about 20 million. We still have a little bit of a transfer budget. We've got a little bit of wage budget as well. So staff, responsibilities, transfers. Finalising. We'll delegate that as well. We'll delegate that. Confirm that. Right, on transfers then, we have one player that the Director of Football is trying to bring in, Carlos Soler. He's a Spanish midfielder. He's instigated this transfer, nothing whatsoever to do with me. I have made 3 purchases that can't join us yet because they're on loan. So this guy is Kevin Zaroli. He's a central midfielder. We have another central midfielder in Pagano and another, well, this one's more attacking midfielder. He's Argentinian, but if we check here, he does have Italian. He's currently on loan, so we couldn't sign him, but an A+. So we dove straight in there to get him. He's on loan at Genoa, so fingers crossed he has a decent season. Hopefully not at our expense. Right, transfers out. We did a lot of clearing the dead wood. So it was just literally get rid of players. He's not Deadwood, but he's 31 and was on a lot of money. So it was, yeah, made sense to get rid of him. Mussolini, another one. No, he was just a youngster that I'm not really interested in. Lazari was Mursic. Deli Bashiro was never going to make it. Katadi was on too much money. Nosin, another one like that. We've sent out a number of players on loan. A lot of these do have future fees, so we'll potentially get some in there. The one we didn't want to sell was this guy, Alessio Romagnoli, but Liverpool came in and it's going to be hard to turn that down. So we managed to bump it up to 23 million. Could go to 28.5. And then Leonardo Di Tommaso was the last one out. He's a nothing player. We have brought in a few players. Dominic Calvin-Lewin. He's a decent-ish, hopefully, striker. We'll see if he does the business for us. So we've brought him on a free. We use our other non-EU slot on Lamek Banda. He's got potential. He's got decent pace. Can play on both wings, so we'll see what he does this year. We obviously got rid of a number of defenders, so we had to bring some in. Thierry Rendell Corriera can play. He's either a right back or a left back. We then brought in a defensive midfielder on loan just to fill out the squad a bit. He's quite decent. Bisek is another guy in on loan, a German centre back, 6'5", so hopefully he'll do something there. Omar El Hilal is a right back who can play across the back four. He's only 6 foot, so we want him to play right back. He's got bags of potential, so he's in. And the last guy through the door is a young Dane. He's a central midfielder, just bumping up the squad a little bit, spending the last of our money, and fingers crossed, all looks good there. So tactics-wise, we have set ourselves up in a 4-2-3-1, and I have said Al Hilal, Revelia, and Calvert-Lewin are the ones that I want locked in. I want them playing in these particular positions. So El Hilal and Ravella are both high potential players, and then Calvert-Lewin is our best striker. I don't want anyone coming in that might disrupt that. There was one other player. Dear. Okay, we had a guy in on loan. He's not showing up there now. I'm not sure what happened to him. Perhaps it was just cancelled. He was in and was going to be a regular starter. He was rubbish. I didn't want him. He was also a poor trainer and got mouthy when I said, "You're not training well enough." And he says, "You're always picking on me." Yeah, no shock there then, mate. But there we go. We've spent our dough. We've brought in a number of younger players. We've got a number of players coming in the future, and hopefully we've done enough. So if we check in on our bookie friends, yes, they still have us at 16-1. Our two best players are still the same, so no change there. Kevin De Bruyne, on the other hand, is now the best player in the league. So that's all nice. We don't need to see that. And there we have it. Right, I'm going to sim the season. We'll see you at the end. Season 1 is in the books, and the balance doesn't look too good there, does it? Minus 1.6 million, transfer budget of 5.7 million, wage budget not exactly great. Yeah, I'm not sure whether the budgets have actually come in or not, but we'll find out soon enough. One thing I never checked was how we were doing in sponsorships, but there we go. That's the financials. We are Serie A champions. Oh, that's not Calvert-Lewin. Look at him, 31 goals. Our right back, Omar El Hilal, had 15 assists. I think Calvert-Lewin must have been player of the year, surely. We lost 4 times. So Bologna, Atalanta, and AC Milan away, and Juve at home. We drew the derby game then, home and away. But wow, there's a big 6-1, another 2 6-1s there. So yeah, it looks like we've scored plenty of goals. Let's see if we go stages. Can we see 98 goals scored? Does that mean we scored 10 against Cremonese? Let's have a quick look at the schedule. So we started the season with a 3-1 win over Sassuolo and 4-1 over Inter before losing to Juve. I did arrange a friendly because there was a bit of a gap. I don't know if it was it should have been internationals, but at the time our dynamics weren't particularly good, and we can see a number of players that, yeah, team cohesion wasn't that good. Everything else is quite good there, so we're quite happy there. And let's see if we can pick out some. So Parma 6-1, Solo with a couple of pens, Calvert-Lewin with a couple of goals there. That's a 5-1 against Udine. Calvert-Lewin got on the score sheet there. 4-1 against AC Milan. Sola appears to have scored a few goals. Right, let's have a look at the squad then. If we have a look at selection info, we can see goals first of all. So Dominic Calvert-Lewin, 33 goals in 40 appearances. 31 in 36 in the league. He's now worth a cool 49 to 60 million. He is a 4-star player. So he's a star player and far better than anything else we have. One thing we do see there is he's wanted by Man United and Tottenham. Next in is our left winger. He got 17 goals, 5 assists. Carlos Soler. The guy we got on loan. Loaned by PSG. So he's come in and he's joining us permanently. So he's obviously hit the straps, and that's becoming a permanent transfer. Oh, this guy doesn't look too bad, does he? So don't think we had anything in there. Optional future fee of 40.5 million. And our friend Bondo, what's he done? 27 sub-appearances, 9 starts, 3 goals. What's the coaches think? Is it decent? Could improve significantly. He's sort of 4.5-star potential there, and down here he's, I don't know. It's one of those. Do I or don't I hit the buy on him? Right. Assists then. It was Omar El Hilali, the Spaniard. He's done rather well. 15 assists, 1 goal. Has he been taking corners? 7 on corners. I shouldn't think so. Otherwise, it's just lots of single digits. So we had 4 players in double digits for goals, and then we shared a few round. And yeah, interesting, he says. If we have a look at potential now, he was out on loan. Ravella is going to be a 4-star player. So we've got some decent players there, and there's certainly a drop-off. So with did Guendouzi play? He played quite well. Interesting, he says. Right, let's have a look at competitions. It's a double. We had to reach the quarter-final. We ended up winning it, and we beat Bologna in extra time. In the semi-final, we beat Inter Milan, and Bologna had knocked Napoli out. In the quarters, we beat Roma, so we did actually beat them, and that was in extra time. We beat Empoli in the 3rd round, and we didn't play in the 2nd. So there we have it. Let's have a look at past winners. That's our first win in, 7, 8 years. So we've won it a few times, but yeah, Juve have won it 15 times. So yeah, we've got to be quite happy with this season. Let's have a look. Anyone in the Dream 11? No, Calvert-Lewin did become our best player, but nobody snuck in on the Dream 11. Were we 6th or 5th? We were 6th, weren't we? So we did move up to 5th. There we have it. What can we say? It's been an excellent season apart from the finances. So Calvert-Lewin earned himself 235,000 for being top goal scorer. Well played, sir. And yeah, a very good first season. We're now in Europe. We will be in the Champions League. So I will tick the season around, start on rebuilding. I say rebuilding, we've already got a number of players coming in. We've got 4 players coming in on permanent deals. So Carlos Soler, unfortunately, is joining us. So that's a big chunk of change. The others were already pre-agreed. So Carboni is my main man. How did he get on? He didn't play very often, which is very disappointing. Genoa, what have you done? Pagano, he played in Serie B. And Zaroli, he didn't play as often as I'd have liked. So, interesting. I've made some advanced purchases, and it might not have been the best idea. But Carboni, I'm happy with. Right, we'll see you soon, and we'll introduce our new squad. Okay, the summer is over, and we've done some business. I'll show you the debts and loans after I've done the transfers. Because if I do it now, you think, oh my God, what have you done? So we'll jump straight into transfers and transfer history. Back end of last year then, the only incoming player was Carlos Soler. That was part of the agreement that the Director of Football did, 10.5 million. On the other side of the ledger though, we let a number of players go. So Nuno Tavares went to Monaco for 10.25. Dominic Calvert-Lewin went to Man United for 61. Lamek Banda went to Palace for 7.25. Tati Castellanos went to Fulham for 22. And Adam Musirik went for 6.75. So £104 million in net transfer revenue last year. This year, on the other hand, it's gone quite the other way. Excuse me. Dear, oh dear. Old days, you used to be able to hang out the phone. Right, out the door then. Patrick went for 9.75. Samuel Gigot, 4.5. Guendouzi went for 46.5 million. Then a load of small ones. Thomas Basic went for 2.8. We're just clearing wages at this point. Saj went for 4.3. Pedro 1.8. So a lot of the old guys have gone out there. Marcos Antonio for 2.5 million. Zakani, he was my star man, the left winger. He went for 25 million. Ivan Providel, the goalkeeper, went for 26 million. And that's about it on that side of things. On the in column, we obviously had Carboni, Zaroli, Pagnolo, all previously agreed. We then managed to pick up Giorgio Scalvini, a 20-year-old Italian centre-back, 6'4". If you played FM, you know he's decent. We signed Ashley Phillips, a young centre-back. Kenan Yildiz, he's a Turkish left winger, so he's come in. He was the reason we were able to get rid of last year's star player. Albert Navarro, a young left back, has come in on loan, so he's there and available. Emmanuel Omega, a Dutch 21-year-old striker, he's in. Julian Duranville, an 18-year-old Belgian winger. He can play on both wings. picked him up for 34 million. Then we got Vagaman. He is a German left back who can play right back. He's 6'3", very decent. So we've got high hopes for him. We then signed Francisco Pio Esposito. He's a 6'3" Italian striker. So he was going to be first choice, but Omega trumped him. We then got Andre Lunin as our goalkeeper, who's a cheaper replacement. So, and he's probably going to be slightly better and certainly younger than the guy Ivan Provedel. And then, lo and behold, Ousmane Diomande was available. He is just one of the best young centre-backs around. So it was a no-brainer to sign him. We've then followed that up with the loan signing of David Vajicic and Lucas Bergval. So a few younger players. A couple of the two loanees that we brought in have both got future fees that we can pay. So if they do turn out to be half decent, we can sign them. But having spent 343 million, it might not be quite so simple. So if we jump back to finances, debts and loans doesn't look quite so pretty. Yes, 106 million in transfer debt. So we are a long way in debt, but I'm banking on Champions League money. We're going to do something in the group stages. We should get through into the latter rounds, and fingers crossed we can go quite the distance. So, yeah, no change in tactics. We have locked in a number of players. My assistant manager wanted to put Diomande in as a defensive midfielder and therefore play Mario Gila, but I don't want to play him. So I've locked those two in as centre-back. Bergval's come in. He's more of a attacking midfielder, but we're putting him in there. We're doing his training in there. So fingers crossed he's going to do the business there. Carboni, who came in we agreed last summer, is now in. He's finally turned up after playing in the Olympics or something like that. And then we've locked in Omega up top. So that's our team. Fingers crossed it's good enough to challenge again. And more importantly, we want to go somewhere. A, we want to win the league again. And B, try and get somewhere in the Champions League. That's the hopes. Right. I'll see you in a few well, for me, it'll be about an hour. For you, very shortly, you'll see how we've got on. It's summer. The finances don't look too bad. 35 million. A transfer budget of 52 million. So transfer debt's down to 78. So that's not too bad. A wage budget that's gone up dramatically, and currently spending has gone up quite considerably as well. So I'm not sure what's happened there. But what can we say? Right, let's just get straight. Oh, I haven't done this. Sorry. There we go. We've won the league again by 5 points from Inter Milan. Omega got 30 goals, so not quite as many as Calvert-Lewin last season. Carboni was our top player at 734 average rating. He also got 15 assists, joint top player. Duranville got 6 man of the matches, and keeper weren't anywhere near it. Let's go to stages and see. We actually scored more goals this year. We got 10 against Calgary, 9 against Cremonese. That's 19 in 2 seasons against them. Right, we lost 4 times, 3 away, and AC Milan at home. That's a big loss, 4-1. Atalanta were our bogey team this year. We drew with them twice, but 29 wins, including a 4-1 win against AC Milan at their place. So we just traded 4-1 wins. But yeah, all in all, plus 66 goal difference, 107 goals. We've not done too badly there. Let's have a look at the season preview. Diomande and Kenan Yildiz are both in the Dream 11 at the moment. The bookies have 9-1 for us to repeat. And Lautaro Martinez is the top man, and Thuram is the best player, which doesn't quite make sense. But there we go. De Bruyne is still in the midfield and still looking good. Mind you, he is only 33, so this is the thing. We went back 2 years because it's FM24, and yeah, okay. But there we go. Right, competitions then. And we won the Italian Super Cup. We're knocked out by Liverpool in the quarterfinals of the Champions League, so that wasn't too bad. How did we do in the round of 16? We beat AC Milan. And in the knockout round, yes, we played Man United and beat them. So in the league phase, we finished horribly in mid-table. Lost to Bayern and Atleti. We drew with Arsenal, San Sebastian and Lille, but beat Bologna, Marseille and Sparta Prague. Okay, so wasn't great in there, but that's probably why we've still got so much money, because the Champions League, we've qualified for the Champions League again, and that looks pretty good. Right, okay, onto the squad. We'll go selection info, and we'll see goals, and our man Omega, 39 goals in total in 15 appearances, 4 assists. Carbone, he's come in this year. He's got 15 goals, 21 assists. Not bad at all. Yields, whatever his name is, 13 goals, 9 assists. And Gustav Isaacson, 10 goals, 10 assists. Julian Durenveld, not done too badly either, 8 goals, 9 assists. We had 10 assists from left back from Wagnerman. Thierry Rendell Corriera had 5 goals, 8 assists. So that does beg the question. No, he played a fair amount. So, and then our star man, Diamande, 50 games, 4 off the bench, 3 goals. He is 6'3". He's probably not the Scalvini. Where's Scalvini? He'd have been more of a 16 jumping reach, 15 heading. He's 6'4" and didn't get many goals. Okay. We did get 9 assists from Bergvall, sorry, who should, in theory, be training at club. So that's not too bad. So if we have a look at general information, then let's have potential. We can see Diamande is our top man. Durenville's right up there. Yields, Navarro, the youngster. It's probably worth trying to sign him, I'm guessing. Let's quickly have a chat. He wouldn't be interested. Marvellous. It was a gamble to try and sign him, but there we go. Scalvini's right up there. Carbone, Bergvall. We've got quite a decent squad, and a lot of it is at the back. So Scalvini, Giller's still around. Halali. In actual fact, with Durenville, Yields, let's have a look at the strike. Where's our striker? Where has he gone? Omega. Unfortunately, he hasn't progressed. So if we sign a top-notch striker, how is he only valued at 14 million? He's just scored 30 league goals. He's not even valued. I don't get some of this sometimes. How is somebody who scored so many goals not got the value? Dominic Calvert-Lewin last year, he was sold for 60 million. There we go. Other competitions, we were knocked out by Inter in the Italian Cup, so that's a bit of a disappointment. Did we play in the second round? No, we never. So we got a bye through there. Yeah, it's both good and bad. We need to progress in the Champions League, but we've gone back to back in the Serie. So yeah, we have past winners now. We've won it back to back. We have one there, so and there. That's 2 wins in the last. Prior to me turning up, they'd won it twice. Once in 1973-74 and once in 99-2000. So, yeah, right. I don't think we need as much surgery this year. We've got 50 million. We'll probably sell a few players to bump that up a bit, and we'll see what we get. Right, I'll be back soon then with our summer rebuild. Right, we're just about to start the season, and the numbers don't look pretty there at all. So 14 million in the red, projection to be 65 million in the red. Doesn't look good there. We did get a bit of sponsorship income, so we've moved up the table there. Our transfer debt is at 89 million, so not great, but it should drop next summer. We've still got best part of 8 million in the transfer budget. We've got a little bit of room in the wage budget, so we're okay there. Transfers then, we were quite busy. So back end of last year, we did a fair amount of business. He says, no, we didn't bring anyone in. We must have sold someone, surely. Yes, we sold Kevin Zeroli for 3.5 million and Francesco Pio Esposito for 7.25. So that finished off last season. A couple of outs. We're getting rid of some of the squad players that weren't going to be up to it. I was going to keep Francesco Pio Esposito, but Newcastle came in with an offer, and it's like, yeah, okay. We then loaned out Friend Up, which could have an optional £9 million fee. Carlos Sola went out to Saudi for 21.5 million, so we made a bit of profit on him. Mario Gila went to Barcelona, our former skipper. Zaza went to Turris. I'm guessing he must be a youngster. Matteo Cancerelli is another youngster. I don't think I bought him. Perhaps I did. Great bit of business there then. Our keeper, Andre Lunin, we sold to Juventus for 2.5 million. Mandas went out for 7.25. Isaacson, the right winger, we offered him a contract. He signed it back end of last season, sorry. And we've then sold him for 20 million. Luca Pellegrini went to San Sebastian. He's the fullback, and that's going to cause us a bit of a headache. And then a couple of loans went out. On the other side, Jeff Ekator, he's a 18-year-old Italian forward. He can play in all four positions, so great cover there. Then we got our striker. We wanted a big striker to come in, and this man does the business. His pace, acceleration, agility. He's got good, decent finishing. His composure could be a little bit better. Decent concentration. He's got a decent jumping reach. Heading could be a little bit better. He's 21. I think he's only going to get better. And fingers crossed, he's going to actually come in and actually do something. That's the hope. Next in was Bamba. I've signed him predominantly as a defensive midfielder. Whether my assistant manager sees him as a defensive midfielder, we'll see. We've then signed a new goalkeeper, Anatoly Trubin, the 6'6" Ukrainian keeper. He's come in for 47 million. So we've spent big on a big goalkeeper who is and should be a leading, pushing on world-class keeper. We've signed Christian Mosquera from Arsenal for decent money, 28 million. He's come in. We just want more defensive cover. Because we sold our backup goalkeeper Mandas, we brought in Israel, sort of similar abilities. So no great loss there. We've then signed Maltese. He's a young attacking midfielder, 17 years old. We wanted some squad players. We needed squad depth. I didn't think we had enough last season, so we've gone out and bought a number of youngsters. This one, unfortunately, you can see he's non-EU, and we can't register him until next season. We needed to sell somebody abroad, but didn't manage to do that. We loaned somebody out instead, and that doesn't count, so we can't register him this season. So that's unfortunate, but he's going to be here and developing under our club colours. Cospo is another young player. He's a centre-back, so a little bit added cover there. And then my new left-back is also a centre-back. He's Lorenzo Parola. He already is an inverted fullback. I'm forcing him to train as a left wing-back, and he says, development training. I've selected the wrong one. Idiot. Wing-back. Attack. There we go. That's more like it. Right. I'm glad I spotted that at the last. So that's that. As mentioned previously, we are 3-1 with the bookies. I should imagine we're quite favoured by the media. No, second from the media. But as you can see, we now have 4 players in the Dream 11. Trubin, our goalkeeper. Bamba, our defensive midfielder. Bergval, our defensive midfielder. And Diamande, our new captain, who is right up there as one of the best players. Inter obviously have lots, so whether he's the third best or not, he's certainly our best and best of the rest. So again, we're hopeful. Certainly the bookies are quite confident in our abilities. Hopefully we can get somewhere, and time will tell, I guess. Right, I'll click the button and we'll see you shortly for how we got on. Right, we are back the day after the final league game of the season, and now it's time to see exactly how we've got on. So we're 29 million pound in debt. We do have a transfer budget behind me of 34 million. Wage budget is 2.3, so we're pretty much maxed out there. Okay, transfers. Did we do anything? So nothing came in. We did loan out Thierry Randall Corriera. So not a lot of transfers happened there. Right, competitions, and we were runners-up in the Italian Super Cup, knocked out in the third round by Pisa in the Italian Cup, knocked out in the round of 16 by Roma, but we did win the league, again by a point on this occasion. And Carboni was the top goal scorer. Okay, right, let's jump to the league then, see what happened here. We won 4-0 on the last game. And Inter drew. So we snuck in on the very last game of the season. Wow. It doesn't look like a great season. Didn't lose to Inter though. Got one draw, so wow. Let's have a look at stages, and we hit 102 goals again, 10 against Roma. We hit double digits against 3 teams, which isn't too bad. Conceded 5 against Calgary though. There we have it. Past positions, let's have a look. So we started slow, came up to second, dropped down to fourth, and then we had a long run where we were second in the league and snuck in on the very last. Oh, the very last day of the season. Look at that from Inter. They started well. They hit the top. They did drop down to third and second occasionally, but from game week 17 to 37, so they spent 20 weeks or 20 matches top of the table, only to drop it at the very end. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. So we no longer have the best goalkeeper. We do have 4 players in the Dream 11 though. Yeah, right, let's have a look at the squad then, selection info and goals. Samu Omarodian has scored 32 goals, so that's not a bad return from him. Let's have a look at his form. He didn't get... Oh, he played inside forward right. Interesting. Does that mean Carboni has been playing up front? Generally not. He's just been scoring goals. Interesting. Right. We do have our Turkish left winger who has been playing there. He did have a spell injured. How about Duranville? How's he getting on? Not the greatest of seasons. Let's have a look at his form. Uh, Inside forward right, which is where I basically signed him for. Okay, so 19 assists from Yildiz. Joshua Wagenman. Has he been playing left back or a right back? He has been our left back. He's been quite successful with that. And 12 goals, 11 assists. So, oh, there we go. Omar El Halal is still our main man with assists. 22 assists, 19 in the league. 37 in total. He had a poor year last year, didn't he? Something obviously has happened that's suddenly changed, but hey ho, average rating wise, Wagner man was the man. Diomande only played 38 games. He's Ivorian, so he's probably gone off to African Cup of Nations, hasn't he? Yeah, okay, let's go back to Champions League. That is disappointing that we lost. How did we get on in the league phase? We finished 10th. Knockout round, we beat Benfica quite comfortably. And then in the round of 16, we came up against Roma and didn't do it. Yeah. That's not so great. I might have to change the tactics. Bergval. See, he's better off in central midfield. But if I make a change there, does that mean Carboni, who is an attacking midfielder, that I don't know. Oh, there's some choices to make. Right. Yeah. And Trubin came in and what did he do? 13 clean sheets, 17 in total. Conceded 52 in 51. And I was thinking our defence is going to be quite decent. So do I switch to... Ooh. There's an idea. We might be going 3 at the back. Right, I'm going to have a ponder. I'm going to get things looked at. But I guess we're going to say we've done all right. If we have a look at past winners, we're now 3 on the bounce. So we've dominated there. Just haven't done anything in Europe, which is a bit disappointing. I did look, and there we go. There's our budgets. Right, okay, I'm going to go off, see what tinkering I can do, and like I say, I'm going to change the formation. We have been playing this one. We are actually going to create a new tactic. We'll probably do that. We're actually going to go a 5 defender formation, and it's like that initially, but I hate playing defensive midfielders. So what we're going to do is stick 2 men up top and do that. In actual fact, we might make that one, and we'll make this fella an advanced. And this one is going to probably be a more defensive kind of midfielder. So we'll set it there for initially. And if I were to just do a quick pick, in actual fact, let's go pick without restriction, best 11. And if we actually go on the rolls as well, that's what it would look like at the moment. So it does mean that Yildiz can still play. I'm sure he'll be pretty fine in attack anyway. He is preferred as a winger, but we can play that. It puts Samu Omarodian as a pressing forward, which is his preference. so that's good. Carboni remains in the team. Bergval, central midfield, in which case we could probably put a deep line playmaker in there. Have Scalvini, Diamande, and another. And Scalvini has dropped off a bit, so we could actually play him as a wide centre back, realistically. So if we put Scalvini there and make it as a wide centre back and do something like that. It might be that we move Al Halal on and then let's try that again, shall we? So we could do wing back attack or complete wing back support. So if we do something like that and we'll find a new left wing back, I'm thinking that's how we're going to do. I suppose the one thing we didn't check in was how did the younger players do? So Diarra couldn't be registered. He's probably going to be sold now. He's a rubbish goalkeeper. Fernandez, we'll sell him. There's no point keeping him. He is trained at club, but hey ho. Ashley Phillips hasn't progressed. What does this look like? Okay, he can't be trained at club, so there's no point keeping hold of him. So definitely we'll get rid of him. Do that. Sana Fernandez is another one. Diego Gonzalez. We haven't sold him. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. So we definitely need to get rid of this guy. Pagano, is he trained at club? No. So there's no point having him. Raider is, and just hasn't kicked on. I say he is. He isn't because he's been out on loan too much. Yeah, okay, so this fella's all right. This is what I was wanted. Let's go general. The younger players. Let's just do this. Capitelli, Maltese. He's come in. It could benefit him. Him and Carboni can swap around a bit there. We've got Hector. Durianville would be the big loser. It might be that we sell Durianville. Or do we try and train him as a wingback? He's still a wonder kid. Interesting. We'll think about that and then, yeah. So Diamande is by far our best player. We just need to get players in and around him that are going to be equally as good. Dorian, I don't know. His best position is attacking midfielder on the left. Right, development training. You're actually going to become a left wing back. On attack. Take control. Congratulations. You've got a summer now to learn the position. Right, okay, I'm going to go off, do some more squad tinkering, and we'll come back soon. The penultimate window has been completed, and we are second favourites now. We've dropped down. Juventus have obviously brought someone in and are now favourites for the league. We have our 5 players in the Dream 11, and apparently Yildiz is now the best player. Oh, no, he's not. I didn't scroll to the top. I was going to say something's gone on there. So there we have it. The media do have us as favourite. I'm guessing Juventus must be second favourite if we go there. No, they're fourth. So there is a bit of a upset between the bookies and the media. So the media predicted us to be first. Fingers crossed we can do that. So finance-wise, we are 12 million overdrawn. What you can't see is we've still got 49 million in the transfer budget. I was looking at it. I just couldn't pull the trigger on some players. It's like, it's just not worth it. We might change. Oh, I might change track next summer, but transfer debt is down to 33 million, so we're on top of that. Sponsorship hasn't really gone up, which is disappointing. Let's just check that because we were at 45 and about fourth or fifth. Fourth, 45. There we go. So Juventus raking in 104 million as the top sponsorship earners. Okay, transfers then. What have we got? We sold Nicola Ravella for 49 million, could go up to 60. He's gone to Arsenal. And nothing there. So, start the season, we brought in Giovanni Leoni, a young Italian centre back. High hopes for him. We brought back Serge Milinovic Savic. I can't even say his name, but he went off to Saudi, and we brought him back on a free transfer because I missed out on Frank Kessie. So the fans are happy, and they're going to buy loads of his shirts. We did buy Noah Darvish, who can play in both midfield and attacking midfield. So fingers crossed he's going to play a fair amount in midfield. We've got a striker in Popovic. He's going to be playing second fiddle to, fingers crossed, Samu and Yildiz. Huarte is a young Spaniard. We're training him to play as a right wing back, but he can also play in midfield and attacking midfield. And then we did actually sign a wing back on the right hand side in Oscar Velasco. So he doesn't look bad, and fingers crossed does all right. Out the door, we sent Diarra. We signed him, couldn't play him, couldn't register him, so we let him go to Inter. Ashley Phillips has gone to Fiorentina, so that should free up a couple of spots for next season, I hope. Morten Frendrup has left and joined Juve. Thierry Rendell Corriera has left to join Real San Sebastian for 23.5 million. Diego Gonzalez, who had a spot, we've sold him abroad, so that therefore we should be able to have another non-EU this year, but I haven't risked it. Popovic did count as one. We had one. Releasing him, it's a gamble. Emmanuel Omega has gone out on loan to Ajax. Parola, we got rid of him to Inter for 14 million. Then Sana Fernandez, 1.6 million. And Ibrahima Bamba, who was just taking up a midfield role. And one of the reasons we got so much money in the budget is because he's gone with an optional £27.5 million fee. So that's our business. Tactics-wise, we are playing a 5-3-2, 3-4-1-2, might be, whatever you want to call it. That's the kind of formation we're playing. I am going to lock in one player, Duranville. I want him to be our left wing back. He is now accomplished there. We're getting game time, and fingers crossed he will pick up and carry on there. The others, they can fight out, battle it out, and I suppose what we could do is put Leone in as a ball player. Ideally, want Scalvini and Diamande in there, but my assistant manager can pick the team there. Bergval is almost fit. He's been out most of the summer, so he'll be back. Yields is another one that's picked up a knock. So we've had a number of players with knocks. Samu, for instance, has been in and out of the team, which is why he hasn't managed to get match sharpness despite all these friendlies. So we're just playing loads and loads of friendlies and just kept getting injuries. But that's the team. Fingers crossed now we can go out and actually do something, and we'll see if we can win the league again. See if this change of formation brings us any luck in the Champions League as well. Right, see you shortly. Right, here we are then, and disaster has struck. I know that much because I was sacked. Right, let's have a look at the schedule and. Ooh, it looks miserable, apart from the Champions League, but lost in the final. Okay, seventh in Serie A, managed to get into the Europa League, snuck in there. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. That is not good. Right, finances then, 14 million. Sponsorship seems similar. Blah, 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 blah. There is 61 million available to spend. A wage budget of 2.9. We'll have a look at the dynamic because I've had to go in and add myself. So Wagnerman, Scalvini, and Trubin all want a new deal. Do they now? Do they indeed? Right. Managerial support is very poor because I've just added myself back in, basically. Right. We'll have a look at competitions. So we'll run up. So runners up in the Super Cup, knocked out in the semi-final by Milan in the Italian Cup, runners up in the Champions League, and finished 7th in the Serie A. So all in all, a mixed bag, shall we say. Squad, this is going to be a pain because had everything set up and now we've got to go through it all again. Let's go goals first of all. So Milinkovic Savic didn't play too badly, 7.36, 11 goals, 1 assist in the league, 18-6 overall. Samu Omarodian, not really done the business this year. Yildiz probably didn't enjoy playing as a winger. Noah Darvic did all right, so that's a bit of good news. So that looks positive. Carboni, yeah, a big drop off there. So it appears changing to the 5 at the back helped in Europe. In Italy, we were just walked over. So yeah, definitely have to change things this last summer. We'll just have a quick peek at debts, and the transfer debt is down to 5 million. I'm going to ruin that, and we'll just go all out to try and win. So we just need to set up some tactics. It might be that we get rid of Samu Amarodian. He's big and strong and whatnot, but just doesn't score goals, does he? That's just poor. We could get him as a roundoiter, perhaps, coming off the right, or an inside forward. Perhaps we'll go back to that initial formation. That might be an answer. So we just need to find ourselves a new striker, I reckon. We've got Yildiz on the left. We're quite happy with him. How did, what's his name? Duranville. He can play wide down the left as well. And you know what? I might switch back. Just get rid of Omarodian. He's caused us a lot of problems. What did we spend? 53 million on him. He's not, well, he did the business in the first year as a main striker, but this year that was terrible. Out of the strikers, so Yildiz got 17. Let's have a look at his form. He played as a forward and or advanced playmaker. All in all, that is quite miserable and certainly not good. And it might be time we move Carboni on, concentrate on Darvic in behind. Trubin looks to have stepped up again and has become a decent goalkeeper once more. Scalvini, we'll see. He's not done too badly. I've seen him so much better in so many other saves, so we've missed out there a bit. Christian Mosquera, yeah, not good. Leone, he hasn't pushed on as much as we'd hope. Diamante, he's still the main man. It's going to be 4 at the back again. I might actually go wingers this time and go, rather than inside forwards, go 4-2-3-1. He can play as a deep line playmaker. How did what's his name? Bergval do? So we got 2 deep line playmakers really. Oh no. Choices, choices, choices. What can we do? Yeah, I'm going to have a think. We're a new manager. We're coming in. We're with the same ideas and whatnot, but hey ho. It does mean we've got a chance, having gotten all the way to the Champions League final, which is quite ridiculous, and then 7th in there. We are in the Europa League though, so we've got a good chance of winning that, I'd suggest. So yeah, one final summer. How embarrassing getting sacked. You've won the league 3 times. You've got no loyalty in football. You have one bad season and that's it. You're out on your ear. Right. I'll get the final transfer window done and we'll see you soon. Okay, the Great Pretender's back, the new meme manager. And I've failed. I've tried to sign a right back and it's gone miserably. This is the guy I finally identified. He came up in a scout report very, very, very late in the day when I had no money left. And he has a minimum release fee. So I'm thinking, yes, we can do that. And then discovered that I didn't have enough money to do that, even bits and pieces. I did then sell a player or two and thinking we can go back in for him. One thing I didn't say is after I failed on that, I thought, right, let's try instalments. And I managed to get an offer accepted by them, but my board said no. So I'm now stuck in a position where this guy has a minimum release fee, but if I try and make an offer, it says, due to the fact an offer for this player has already been accepted and withdrawn, I don't want to negotiate. I just want to offer the damn minimum release fee. But hey ho, that didn't work. So we're now going very lopsided. I haven't got a right winger. I haven't got a right back. So this is the formation. I've basically got 3 centre backs, including a right centre back that's going to pop out here. A decent full back on the left. We've got a left winger, obviously. We've got a forward, and we've got a bunch, and I mean a bunch of midfielders. So we're having our deep line playmaker, the defensive midfielder, on the right-hand side. He's going to stick fairly wide right as well. The attacking midfielder is also based on the right and going to go a bit wider. And then we've got 2 midfielders, one of which is a Mez, so he's going to come out this way as well. So it probably means we've got a lack of space here. But we've also got this central midfielder that's just going to run, leaving a massive hole here, I'm guessing. But hey-ho. C'est la vie and all that. So transfers then. Oh, that's a player out. Don't worry about him. Like I said, we're going to go big. So we lost Duranville to Newcastle for 75, up to 101. Wagnerman wanted to leave, so he went off to Real Madrid for 38, up to 51. Maltese, he was the youngster, wasn't he? So it's like, I don't care. This is the last season. He can go. We'll bring in some extra cash. And then Esposito is another youngster. He's gone to Juve as well. Israel, our backup goalkeeper, has gone out to Lille. which reminds me, probably haven't got a backup goalkeeper, so we'll be interested to see if the director of football actually spends some cash and brings one in. Emmanuel Omega out on loan, so that's our striker I just couldn't get rid of. Marco Spanu has gone to AC Milan. I think he's another youngster. Capelletti is another youngster. He's gone. And Radar Bellarine, the young defensive midfielder we've had for ages, never going to get in the team. 4.5 million up to 5. He's gone. On the inside, we got a left-sided fullback, Andrea Cambiasso. So very, very good. Quite happy with him. He's just going to bomb up and down on the left-hand side. We boosted our central midfield with Samuel Ricky. We signed him from Saudi Arabia after he left AC Milan. He was there for a year, and then we brought him back. Next in through the door was Merlin Roll, another midfielder. This time he's German, and he's coming from Freiburg, 60 million. Navarro is basically our backup left back. So he's young. He can run up and down the left wing if we lose out on him. We then bolstered our central defence because we've obviously got 3 central defenders now. So Lenny Yoro's come in. He's got 3 stars of current ability. Could be 3.5, could be 4, could be 4.5. We'll see. Fingers crossed he plays well and gets the 4. We did get a backup goalkeeper, I remember now. Marcin Volker. That was our director of football signing him. So we've got a tall backup to play in case our tall main goalkeeper gets injured. And then the last man we brought in was another central midfielder, Orkin Kokku, or however you pronounce that. It's Turkish. It's got funny things, dots and squiggles under letters. So it's pronounced something. No idea what. Another decent central midfielder. So we are stacked in central midfield. If we have a look at the squad planner, we've got loads and loads and loads of defensive midfielders, who 2 of which can play in central midfield, and then we've got a few that can play as the attacking midfielder as well. So I'm hoping Noah Darvish gets the opportunity to play up there, but we'll see. Striker-wise, I was toying with selling Samu Omorodin, but you know what? We'll see if he does anything. And then our left winger is obviously Kenan Yildiz, who has been superb for us, and probably we shouldn't have gone away from the left wing last year. But there we go. That's that. I needed to click on that one. And I've clicked in the wrong place. Come on, man. Season preview then. We are 9-5 favourites. We have 6 players now in the Dream 11. Diamande is the second best player in Italy. Our Turkish geezer is potentially the 3rd best. He's certainly in the midfield next to Baldonese, who apparently is the best. Interestingly, Evan Ferguson has dropped right down. He was considered the best, but Naturo Martinez has jumped back into the Dream 11, so we'll see what happens there. But yeah, missed out on Evan Ferguson. 34 million Roma signed him for. So a bit gutted there, but hey-ho. That is that. Right. It's now time to simulate the season, and we'll see just how well or how badly we do. So we want a league win. We want the Europa Cup. That's all we care about. Let's see what we can do. Well, the good news is I didn't get sacked. We've got a transfer budget of 68 million, so that suggests Champions League. A huge wage budget. It's gone up by 500,000. The overall bank balance doesn't look too good. Obviously, I've done my fair bit with the transfer debt. It's the last season, so it didn't really matter. We'll jump into transfers, and Bamba is joining Newcastle. Transfer history, we didn't sign anyone else. We didn't sell anyone else. Okay, so that's all fine. Competitions then, this is it. That's pathetic. Knocked out by OGC Nice, who lost in the final. I suppose let's have a look at the league phase. 8 out of 8. Great start. So Astana, Apoel, SK Rapid, Real San Sebastian, Genk, HJK, Ajax and Bayer. So, yeah, league phase was fine. Round of 16. Came up against Club Bruges, beat them comfortably, 3-0 at their place, 5-1 on aggregate, and then fell to OGC Nice. 2-2 at their place. We lost at home. Oh, how miserable. In the semi-final, Tottenham were thumped by Newcastle, and it was an all-French affair. In the league, we lost 7 times. Roma, Napoli, Parma, Atalanta, Juve, Florentine. Look at that, 5 at home. We lost 5 games at home. Our home form was atrocious. Italian Cup. At least we were runners-up there. Let's have a look at our run. 3rd round, we beat Frosinone. Quarterfinals, we beat Fiorentina. Semi-final, we beat Roma. And then in the final, we lost to AC Milan. How very miserable. So Inter won the league, Roma came second, and all in all, that is quite miserable. Right, let's just have a look at our goals scored. Samu Omorodian, he wasn't the man. I should have sold him. There was hints that Newcastle wanted him. I never put him on the list. 14 goals in the league. He did all right in Europe, but yeah, that was miserable. Carboni, 15 goals. He played, look at that, 16 times and 19 sub-appearances. 10 goals, 3 assists. Former boy that I brought back on a free transfer. He's come in, Milinkovic Savic. Didn't do too badly. 11 goals, 12 assists in the league. 15 and 14 overall. And Yields, our winger, look at him now. He's world class. I should have just played. If I just left it as a left wing in that season I got sacked, who knows what would have happened. Our friend Orkin has come in and not done brilliantly. He did get 12 goals, 8 assists. Merlin Roll, again, sat in midfield, didn't do a great deal. Noah Darvish played 37 times, so he did improve. So that wasn't too bad, not the end of the world. Cambiasso got 9 assists from left back. Mosquera played 27 times, was 20 off the bench. So the 2 backup goalkeepers and Valesco were the only ones not to appear. So if we go appearances and look at the bottom then. So Huarte played 6 sub-appearances. Popovic had 1 start and 19 off the bench. Leone, 5 and 14. So he hasn't kicked on there. Navarro was our backup left back. So, yeah, okay. Merlin Roll, 18 starts, 31 subs. Ricky, 19 starts, 33 subs. Carboni, 24. I don't understand how Carboni got in the team. Mosquera, 27 starts, 20 off the bench. Where's Lenny Oro? Lenny Oro, 49 starts. He's done all right. So, yeah, Lenny Loro was one of the stars. Lucas Bergval, another one of our stars. I think he's actually homegrown at club. So, yeah, all in all, it was a great start. 3 Serie A titles. And then it all went wrong when I thought, we're not doing anything in Europe. We've got to change it up. And I made the change. We were pretty decent in Europe. We got to the Champions League final and lost. But we were atrocious in the league. So, yeah, I think overall it was a great start, but we won 3 Serie A. We did all right there. I was sacked. You can't call that a success. So, yeah, I'm going to stamp this one as failed. Right, hopefully you've enjoyed that. Thanks for watching, and FM26 just around the corner. Beta's out soon. Lovely. Right. Hopefully you can join me for the FM26 content. Until then, ta-da.